Alright everyone, welcome back at a brand new video here of Tuning Dutchy. So, now this video is a little bit more different as you guys are used to, and really are used to, because this is actually not really a car video. Let me tell you that. Sorry for the darkness, by the way. Now, why I'm telling you this is actually, a lot of drag racers, they build a lot of stuff that normal cars don't have. So, recently I was able to get my hands on something very unique. And I'm building something that I would like to show you guys. Not something you could see every day. Definitely not. Also not in drag race cars. But I'm gonna show you guys that. Oh, come on. Okay. So, what am I gonna show you? Now, I'm gonna show you guys what I have built currently. And as said, this is a little bit different as you guys are used to, at least used to get to car products, sensors, gouges, and all that. Now, I'm gonna explain you guys everything, what I'm gonna show you right now. Right, guys. Now, as you guys can see here, this is something very different, isn't it? It took me a lot of time to actually fabricate this. Now, this was officially a system, I believe, somewhere in the 1970s, from the administrations, from the main hall, by the main entrance, to control everything. So for this one, to mute the buzzer that's over here, and alarm when the fire is ringing and all that. So, but that's not in the case anymore. Also, this brick over there is not going to be used anymore. So if you're asking Tuning Dutchy, what the heck are you up to? Let me explain you that. So, I made this actually just like, well, I could say plain technology. And what I mean with this is that this actually, well, is kind of the same like a plane. The setup at least. So planes have, of course, also these kind of lights, and whenever something is going on, of course, you get the alarm. Yeah, of course, there's a buzzer as well, and I would be able to install a 104 decibels buzzer as well near it. Now I'm not gonna do that. Now I made these white bricks, also for later on for text and what kind of switch with what kind of light is connected to, well, everything, But I'm gonna explain you what. Now, of course, we have ignition, which could be the first one. Now, the orange could be vanished, actually. The second one could be running like the engine is running, that the electricity is flowing. Could also be the orange gone. The third one would be completely different, is the fuel pump. So this thing over here is a relay, as you maybe can already see back there. So it's a relay, but currently I have a little bit of problems with these switches / relays, because they don't switch, actually. I don't know if the voltage is too less. I tested it on 12 volts, which is actually this kind of guy. Just very simple, but it failed. So I have to think about a solution for that. So, ignition, running, battery, of course, maybe, or a fuel pump, maybe override fan, could be auxiliary fan or something like that, or auxiliary pump, whatever you want to call it. So you have red buttons, huh? Now, don't watch what's written on here, because that one is going to be vanished and it's going to be overridden by different kind of text. Only the alarm will stay, because that's the most useful in every kind of language, and also it's beneath the buzzer. Yes, this does work. After all these 50 years, it does work. I tested it already several times. So the red ones actually are going to mean for check engine, low oil, and maybe something different. I don't know. So this one is still blank, but I don't know. Maybe we are gonna see. One of those oranges is definitely gonna use when my fuel is low. Yeah, and I mean the all red ones will be connected also over here to the buzzer itself. Now, of course, if we have running, we have the ignition. We have to switch to one. If we have what do you call it? The starter, and maybe I'm gonna do the two or something like that, you know. So some these functions. Just don't forget that this complete brick is gonna hang like that, just like this, as you guys see now. This is on the ceiling soon. This is how it's gonna look like. Of course, close. No bare metal is gonna be available. You will not see any metal. So imagine all the colors. That's how it's gonna look like when it's in the car. It's gonna be on the ceiling. So that's a little bit my plan. Now these little foots, I would say, where I use these ones as stands currently. Now, I mean, they are gonna be vanished as soon as possible as well. Nice one is actually that I have a lot of mounting holes, a lot of them, which is quite useful. So I can mount that to the roof very easily. Now the only problem I have is the buzzer itself. It's quite large. It's not the small one. Okay. Now, I mean, there's a lot of mess, as you guys can see. But yeah, well, that's actually that. Now, I mean, I have to look if I'm gonna use these switches because, as said, I have a little problem with them. And the problem that I got currently is whenever I put 12 volts on one of those switches, and that's how they look like. So just to tell you guys, I know from normal lights. So with the 4 pins is our lights, and the upper ones are switches. I mean, quite obvious, right? You see. So nothing special. So with the 4 ones is our lights. Now I do know that there's plus, and a min. So the positive and the ground, in better words speaking. Now the problem is whenever I want to use these relays, that's a kind of different thing. Of course, there's a schematic on it. You guys wouldn't be able to see, I think. Now these are running on up from 6 volts to 250 volts, just like the normal light bulb relays. Also, the buzzer should be able to, well, run higher than 12 volts. I already ran it on 12 volts because that's this one over here, a simple Motorola thing, I don't know. Well, it is 12 volts, 1.5 amps, so it would be able to run every kind of light. So I will do a light test later on as well. And where I was thinking of is this one. This one is the easier variant, but yeah, I know I have to put something on here. Don't worry too much about it. Let's lay in something here. I don't know. Let's see. Here it is. So this one is 0 and only 1 instead of having 2, which I'm going to show you. You see? 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. And this only has 0, 1. Which makes it easier, but still, it's not the easiest thing as you guys might think. There you guys can see. Let's focus a bit. 0.5 amps, 250 volts, 5 amps, 76 volts, and 6 amps on 250 volts on AC. Now, how these are connected, as you guys can see, they're already bent because I tried it different ways and, well, I don't know, but it doesn't let me to. It really is not letting me run the switch, or maybe the voltage is too low. I don't know. So I have to ask my dad how this is going to be connected, and maybe are they actually still in good use, because don't forget these ones are 50 years old. I got all of this out of a machine room. So all right, guys, now that's actually what I'm up to over here. And as you guys know, I mean, this is going to hang on the ceiling. It's not done yet, of course, but it's going to hang like that. There's going to be a cover on this, all sensors from the car, and all kinds of other stuff. Well, Yeah, if you guys are asking what kinds of other stuff now, sensors, alarms, check engine light, oil light, fuel pump, um, auxiliary fan, um, and some other stuff, all are connected over here. Now, the thing is, obviously, all the three red lights are going to be connected anyway to the buzzer because I don't want that these ones are glowing when I'm driving. Then we have a bad situation going on, such as low oil. Not good at all. All right, so that's actually the plan that I got here. Sounds quite difficult, and yes, it's not easy, as you guys see. I mean, well, as you guys hear, it's not easy at all because I cannot get the switch relays to work properly. I already measured with a voltage sucher or something like that, where I can see if there is electricity flowing through the terminals. And yes, well, most surprisingly, electricity is flowing through all the terminals. Pretty weird, actually, but I mean, we can still actually see. Man, what do I have with the word actually? I don't know. But I mean, if they are not working properly, I still have the possibility to buy new ones of them. And there's an electricity shop in the area here, in the city of my country, so there wouldn't be a big problem to make sure that they are running, you know? So, that's a little different story, and yes, guys, this might be overkill for a little car, or maybe for a big car, you never know. I mean, if I am gonna get out of the car, of course, and take another car or buy another car, then this one is gonna with it. Then this one, I will take this one with me, of course, to the next car. The nice thing is, the sun shield, actually, that you can put down, that's where this one is gonna be taking place. So, yeah. Maybe I'm also gonna build a light on it whenever the doors are open or something. I don't know. We'll see. So, now, the difficultest part of all is that I want, of course, those connected. And the most easiest part to find is the gauge cluster, the original gauge cluster from the car. Now, I don't have a wiring diagram, so that's going to be pretty funny. That's going to be a pretty funny story. So, so whenever my fuel is low, actually it glows very low and then it's coming up. So that's what should go on there. Now, I mean, it's still thinking, and I probably need to call the Chevrolet itself and ask for Chevrolet Matiz from 2008 for a wiring diagram and see what they can go if they can help me with the wiring diagram from the gauge cluster. Also, I'm a little bit thinking, just for better looks. I mean, this is actually what I was thinking recently. I was thinking to put those three lights over here and switch those, just, to let it look way better. Now, sadly, I only have 3 red lights. Yes, they are all functioning, luckily, after 50 years. But I would like if they were completed. So if I had 4 more of them. So that's actually my little bracket over here, as you guys can see. A little different story, of course, but yeah. Well, so this, you can actually look, well, I could be able to install this also in the plane because it uses the same voltage. So yeah, that's actually the planning. And as said, maybe overkill, but this is something for me that I want, which I think looks kind of funny. And maybe, hopefully, later on, it makes more sense and more useful. If a check engine light is burning, I mean, you don't know what's going on, and this is where it comes in handy, where this is going to take place. Now, anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna end the video over here. Now, I mean, this is not something. Oh, okay. Ooh, excuse me, guys. Oh my God. Now, this is not something you guys will see in every kind of video or every kind of car. I mean, if you want to say something about this particular build, or if you want to add something to it, I mean, just let me know. I mean, could also pick a main switch. By the way, before I'm gonna close the video, here you got the main switch. I was thinking to put this on the battery, but my dad said I wouldn't do that because if the starter is running, you got a big issue. It will completely fry. Now I could turn the radio on with this one. Just click. Oh, come on. Click. Now, I mean, it could be possible, you know. I mean, it's a possibility. We have to see what I'm gonna do with this. I don't know. Not sure yet. And by the way, it only has 2 screws instead of 4, which is a bummer. But yeah. Anyways, guys, this was Tuning Dutchy. I hope you guys, well, like this video still, if it's more plane related instead of cars, I would say. I don't know. A little freaky, no? But anyways, I hope you guys liked it. I mean, I think it's quite kind of funny if it's really gonna work that way, the way I want to. Now, if you would like this, guys, now give this video a like then, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you guys get notified. Now, I said I try to be more often and more consistent to make videos. Yeah, well, that's actually what I want to tell you guys. Anyways, this was Tuning Dutchy. I'm gonna sign off. Now, I'm gonna drink my cup of coffee, and I catch up with you guys the next time. Thanks for watching.